It's Friday, it's noon, and we're live. It's Coach Manny. Hey, it's great to be with you today on the Coach Manny Show, live on selling. And we are sponsored by 90 Days to Your Success. How to get more done in 90 days than most people get done all year. Wow, I'm excited to be here today. I hope you are too. And today we're going to talk about how to work a lead list successfully. So many times people ask me how to work a lead list and get results. In today's world, the latest information says you have to touch people 15 times. Does that seem real? 15 times? I know the number seems high and it might seem excessive, but that's the way it is. People are busy. People have tools that allow them not to even get your call. They have tools which allow them not even to see your emails. They have requested to talk to you. They have filled out your forms. They have done stuff, and still you can't get them on the phone, and still they don't answer your phone. The key to success on working a list is simply put as persistence. And today, I'm going to share 3 keys with you that'll make this work for you. And then we're going to run you through an actual 15 touch process to get you there. So I don't know about you, but I'm excited. I'm Coach Manny, and I help business owners to double their sales. If you ask me what I do, I increase your sales and I help you build a sales process that excels. We do strategy, we do tactics, but more than anything, we do execution, action. We get results. I do one thing to help you start down that road, and that's I start by working 90 days a shot. So what we're saying is 90 days. If you're struggling with generation business, maybe you're looking at too big a window. If your sales team is off peak, maybe they can't get their hands around the goals. Maybe you need to hire your first salesperson, or maybe you need to hire a new salesperson, or maybe you're just doing sales yourself. Get in touch with us. That's what we do better than anyone else. So, the question for you today is very simple. How to work a lead list successfully? What do I got to do? Now, I ask you, if you're out there today, please share this broadcast with your friends, with others you know out there. Uh, just let them know that this is here and it can help them just like it helps you. And, um, we always love to give a few shout outs, but today I see Dave's out there. Dave, welcome today. And welcome to the others that are out there as well. So remember, what we're talking about today is how to work a lead list successfully. I keep getting asked this question. It's probably one of the biggest things people stress with is, how do I work this list? Manny, I'm not having any success. So let's walk through what's happening in the process. And then let's walk through that 15 touch process, because I'm going to tell you something. It works. And if you give it some results. If you were with us on our Entrepreneur Toolbox, which is our private group, we actually went through some of this process in detail. And we may share that with you in the near future. But if you're not part of that group, you ought to check us out. CoachManny.com, the Entrepreneur Toolbox. So, point number 1. Most people who work lists stop at about 3 tries. Have you been there? 3 times they tried to connect. And then what do? They come up with this thing about, this list is cold. It's just worthless. Or this list isn't any good. or no one ever answers their phone, or this process doesn't work. At it, and they move on to the next, still trying to get somebody in 3 calls. Now, your chances of getting somebody with 3 touches, if it takes 15, are less than 20%. So why not make it? Why not up your odds? You know, the interesting thing I learned many years ago, I can take the worst caller. I can take somebody who doesn't even know how to do it very well and does it poorly and can't talk right and does all this stuff. And if I can get that person to be persistent in working the list, they will have more success than the professional out there who quits after 3 shots. So the first thing you have to watch is you have to keep going. 3 shots is never going to get you where you want to be. So remember that. Let's go on to point number 2. Good salespeople work 8 times, but that's still not enough. You know, used to be enough. 8 touches used to be enough. 8 times used to be considered, wow, that's a lot of touches, and it used to be able to get you the results. But today, 8 is not enough. You got to understand that. 8 touches is not enough. Today, people are almost impossible to get on hold of on the phone, and you're only 50% through the process. So 8 will get you something, but nowhere near what you could get. And again, we come to persistence. How long are you going to keep trying? How long are you going to keep going before you hit this baby on the head? And the third piece here is extraordinary people like you listening. Because if you're listening to this and you're still listening, I know we can put you into that group, which we're going to call extraordinary, because you're the ones that are going to make this work. It's hard, it's tough, it's when you're not getting the results that you're looking for, you're not connecting with people, and but keep going, keep trying, and finally you get through. And once through, you use those great skills that you have, and you are on your way to close. So I'm going to take a little break here for a commercial, and then we're going to come back and we're going to walk through those 15 touches. Are you ready? That's the only question. Are you ready? So let's hear from our sponsor. We're sponsored by 90 Days to Your Success. And I have to ask you, what if you had a tool that could help you get things done faster, more consistently, with greater results? What if you could get home to see your family? What if you could participate in some events? What if you could make the sporting events? What if you could be there for dinner? Would that make a difference in your life? It would. And 90 Days to Success is that key that can bring you a method so you can get things done, get the right things done, and be successful. Less time. There's an old saying that if I give myself an hour, I'll take an hour. If I give myself only a half an hour, I work so much faster and get things done. You know, we use 90 days, and every 90 days we put together a plan, and it works for 90. Allows you to get your hands around what you got to do, and it shows you immediate results, and that's what we're all looking for today anyway, isn't it? And successful people, remember, do more by noon than most people do all day long. So if you're ready for 90 Days to Success, then get out there and check this out. And let me put that link out there for you um, over here, just so you can have it in case you want to go out there and check it out. That's the link. It's 90 Days to Your Success. Or you can just go to our website, coachmanny.com, and click on the 90 Days to Success link. Either way, it works. But, all right, let's get back. All right, so you know 3 calls isn't enough. You know 8 isn't enough. You know you got to make 15. So how do I do that? Well, let's walk through the process. And we're going to give you a link here. And in fact, you know what? I'm going to give you this link right now. So in case you want to download this process, wait a minute, maybe it is at the bottom of this thing. Yep, there it is. In case you want to download this list for yourself, you actually can do that. And this is the list we're going to roll through, but that is the link so you can get it yourself if that's something that you want to do. So let's walk through this, and you can get that later. It doesn't matter. This is the 15 touch process that we built. We know it works, and we know it's effective. So, all right. And again, we encourage you to work with about 200 people on this list to start out with. So you take prospect and you call them on day 1. Let's walk through day 1. You make a call to that prospect. And, you know, anytime you connect and you start talking, you're out of this game. But if you don't, then you're in to continue. So you call and you try to connect. And if you don't connect, then you put them on the list to call later today. And then you make your second call later today to that same prospect. And I hear you talking, but this works, so stick with it. And again, you don't leave a voicemail. You don't leave a message. You don't leave anything. If you can't get through, bam, you put them on to call one more time today. So in day 1, you are calling people that you're working with today 3 times. All right. So then you call, and the 3rd time, you do leave a voicemail. But it has to be an energetic voicemail. It has to be a voicemail that has some power behind it. And if you were on our call, that's one of the things we talked about on the Entrepreneur Toolbox today, is what those voicemails look like. And again, I encourage you to become a member over there, but we may share this with you in the near future. So hang in there. All right. After that voicemail, then I send an email. So I've got 4 touches on this prospect in day 1. 4 touches, three calls, a voicemail, and an email. And the email, again, what I say with the email is if you're working for a company and you're doing the sales, they should have these emails already designed for you so you can just send them out and they work. All right. So then you come to the end of day 1 and you come to day 2 now, and you're still working these prospects. In day 2 now, you call them again. And if you don't connect with them, you put them on to call later today. This is all on that downloadable list, everything I'm doing here. And so before the day's over, you try them a second time. And then if you still don't get a hold of them, you send them the second email. Again, it should be a canned email already developed for you. So now at the end of 2 days, you have 7 touches. Day 1, you already blew away most of your competition. In day 2, you're just about ready to blow all of them away at the start of day 3. And so you are out there by yourself. Nobody's working these things like you are. And that's why you're going to get these tremendous results that we talk about. So in day 3, now, what you do in day 3 is, you know how there's so much interruption, there's so much people standing between you and who you're trying to get through a lot of times. And the people that you're trying to get are usually those that come in early and they stay late. So on day 3, I want you to come in and do calls early. Calls early. Or you could come in and do calls later. You can do both. But this prospect, I want you to call them early in the morning. This is the time. Maybe they'll pick up the phone at that time, right? So try that. And then if you don't get them, put them on for another call that day, and sometime during the day, call them again. So now you have 9 touches. You are the Lone Ranger. Nobody else is out there with you. Nobody is as persistent trying to get a hold of these people. That's why you're going to get a hold of them. That's why you're going to hit success. And that's why this process works. Then we go to day 4. Now in day 4, I'm sorry, we're not done day 3. All right. Jeez, that's a real mess up. But anyhow, so you try it again, and then I want you to do it one more time. I want you to put in the act back for one more call. So in day 3, you called them early, you called them again, and now I want you to call them one more time. So again, in this day, you did 3 calls. And on the 3rd call, I want you to leave a voicemail again. Energetic voicemail, right? Give me a call. Listen to my voicemail. You'll see when you leave a voice message, say, hey, jump up, join us. Come on. We got something for you. Get them excited. And in day 3, I want you also to send them an email. And again, these should be canned, right? So this is the 3rd email that you've sent. So now, at the end of day 3, you have 11 touches to this client. You are in a game where nobody else is playing. Now, then we go to day 4. Now, in day 4, I want you to call them later. You called them early in day 3. In day 4, I want you to call them later. When I say early and late, depending on what time zone they're in, you call them before 8, call them after 5:30. And you call them. So on day 4, you call them, and then you send a 4th email. And the emails, again, should be developed by a company. They should be consistent across all the people calling, and they should be easy. So then in day 5, if you still haven't gotten this person, now, anytime you get a hold of them, you're out of this process. And a lot of times by this time, you've gotten hold of somebody. But if not, on day 5, you will again try to call them. And if you don't get through again, you'll try to call them one last time on day 5. And if you don't connect with them, you'll ship them back to the marketing pool, and the marketing pool will then go back into their prospect process, and they'll do their own thing, whether it's email or whatever they do. So that's it. That's how you make this work. And if you take 200 prospects and you work them through this process, you are going to be amazed at what happens. It really does work. It does take time. And few people out there are doing this, but it's amazing. It takes persistence and it yields results. This is what we call consistent calling program. And if you're looking for something in your organization that's going to work, this is it. And again, out there, we've shared the link with you so you can download the list. You can listen to this again. You can join the Entrepreneur Toolbox, and you can listen to our extra piece that we did. This is how the process works. I encourage you, if you need to make calls, if calling is part of your process, if this is how what you sell works, then I encourage you, do this process and watch what kind of results you get. Now, if you could increase sales and make a lot more money for a year, would you be interested? And what would be the key to making you be able to do that? Well, One of the keys is being able to know this is what I'm going to do this week. This is what I'm going to do today. And this is what my day looks like. It's called being proactive. And if you're proactive in what you do, you will be amazed at how much business you get. This whole process we talked about today is proactive, isn't it? It's picking up the phone, it's making the 15 calls over a week, and watch what happens. And 90 Days to Success helps you put together that 90-day, weekly, and daily process. So when you get up in the morning, you know exactly what you're going to do. You know what your day is going to look like. Are there going to be interruptions? Yes. But the key to success is trying to eliminate or cut down on those interruptions and take control. If you can only take control of 1 hour of your day, that's okay. Work that 1 hour effectively. So, hey, it's been great like always. You know I love being here with you. Uh, get out there, check this process out, start working it, watch what happens as you continue to build your process. And that's why we're here each and every week at noon. Or you can listen to us. I mean, you may be listening to us on a podcast. You may be watching us on YouTube. Who knows? Success is yours because you are consistent.